This is a weekly reading for the week of 2nd of October 2016. This incorporates both your general as well as your love forecast. Now, the prevailing energies for this week. The first one that comes up is that of organization. So this week you can get organized. You organize your thoughts, you organize your hopes, your dreams, your plans, and then you can take action. So there's lots of energy around to get things in order, to get them lined up so you know what the next step is to take. Now, one of the things that one is going to face up to this week is that's something that you haven't faced up to for a while. It's a fear of some sort. It's something you haven't wanted to look at. That's what this whole card represents, is that kind of fear that we're too scared to look at. So something in our lives that we're too scared to have a look at, we finally face up. We turn around and we look straight at it. So it's an opportunity to deal with a fear that we have suppressed or hidden or not taken note of for a long time. This always helps us get back on track. It helps us get, shall we say, clarity about what it is that we really want in life, because often we make those decisions based on what we don't want in life. And when those are backed by fears, then we don't have that clarity. So it's definitely an opportunity for that. And then we enter a new phase this week. So we finished up with something, and this week we can look at starting anew. So it's not necessarily starting totally anew, but you're able to start a new phase of something this week. So you feel that positive forward movement this week. Now, the sequence of events that happens is, first up, as with that getting organized, we whip our lives into shape. We clean out, we clear out, we get stuff done, or we start getting ready to get stuff done. And always when one does that, then we see the abundance starts to flow in, because now we've gotten rid of things we don't need anymore, so that makes room for things to come in. And this, in turn, with the abundance coming in, opens new doors for us. So where we may have felt trapped in the past, even if it's just the recent past, it could even be longer than that, doors start to open. So it's a positive week, definitely. Where love and relationships is concerned, this week those romantic feelings come back into our life. For those of you in established partnerships and relationships, you start feeling that warm, gooey feeling for your partner again. And you'll find your partner feels the same way, which is always really nice. So it's not this push and pull situation, it's both of you feeling the same way. So go for it. Explore those feelings. And those of you that have been wanting someone to come into your life, this week you meet someone that stirs your feelings and they feel the same way about you. And that next card says that love changes everything, and doesn't it? So this week the sun will shine brighter, the birds will sing louder, everything in life will just seem brighter because we are in love. So that's something to look forward to. Then it says to take note that there's something possibly hidden below the surface where love and relationships are concerned, to take a closer look, not to make assumptions, ask questions, don't make assumptions is the message coming up with this card. And something from the past shows up for some of us, if not all of us. It could be a situation that shows up from the past, or it could be a person that comes from the past. And this is something that holds, there is a shadow. There's a shadow to it. So it's either somebody with whom you had or didn't have a relationship, but just about did, and things didn't turn out the way you wanted to. Or it's an old relationship pattern that you don't like to have to deal with, but here it is again. But this card is saying that was in the past, and that's where it belongs. Not necessarily the person, but the situation belongs in the past. So don't think it's going to repeat itself again. This time you may be able to do it differently. That's not saying how it will turn out. It's just saying don't use the past as your barometer of how it's going to turn out this time. You need to ask those questions to find out how it's going to turn out this time. Okay, so ask questions, don't make assumptions. Then for your general forecast, you may feel as if you're going around and round in the same circles. Not necessarily in your entire life, but maybe in a certain situation in your life. And the reason for this is because there is a different option. There is that moonlit path. There is that option that you haven't tried before and you're slightly wary of taking it. But this week maybe is the opportunity to take that path, because if you take that path you haven't taken before, you can get out of that being stuck in mud. So there's a good chance we are. This week we're going to step onto that moonlit path, and as this card always says, that's where you get to see love and romance and miracles bloom. So that's definitely worth looking into. And then this opens up a whole new doorway for you, this new path, because then you're going to see your energies are going to shift. And along with those energy shifts, you will see everything in, shall we say, I want to say everything, but you'll start to see the energy starts flowing better. You start being able to do things differently. You get rid of those things that have been blocking your way because you realize they're not good for you. And then you will see the old redundant habits start disappearing. You clear your energy so that those old redundant habits no longer apply. And then next you get to focus what is important to you. Because you make a conscious effort to do what needs to be done. And you see the situation clearer so that you can see what needs to be done. So there's a big energy shift happening this week. Then your guidance says that adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. So this is no doubt saying to you, when you're going round and round in that circle about something, realize that is, if you carry on with this particular path, that's what you're going to do. And you accept that. This week you look at that and you think, right, if I keep doing this, I'm going to go round and round in the same circle. But if I change tack, or I try a different way, or I try that path I haven't tried before, then things will change. And this is seizing potential. In other words, you see that gap, you take it, and that is full of potential. Because the final guidance card then says, don't sweat the small stuff. Conserve your energy and use it where it will be optimized. In other words, you possibly could have been distracting ourselves with little things because we know the route we've got to take, and we just haven't wanted to do it up to now. It's maybe facing that fear that was spoken about in the beginning. But now we marshal our energies, we stop sweating the small stuff, we pay attention to what really needs our time and our energy and our focus, and that's what we do. So that's using your energy wisely. Because I think you can make big shifts this week. It looks as if one can, providing you aim your energy and your focus on what really needs to be done, not the peripheral things to stop you from doing what really needs to be done. Okay, so if you would like a personal or private reading, we can take a closer look at exactly how these energies are going to play out in your particular life, specifically your love life. There seems to be a shift in energy there this week, or life in general. You can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, or you can book a reading via the website. Both URLs or web addresses show up in the owl picture. Otherwise, you can take advantage of that lovely little option at the beginning of the video where you choose your own cards from your own tarot deck, and for a very small fee, I will read them for you. It's great fun. Right, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Along the roads that claim victory without a fight. Lost connections inside. We're looking for a time of season, but it won't come. Who took your 19 lives back down?